Week 8, Sunday. A reading from the commentary of Pope Saint Gregory the Great on the book of Job. A man blameless and upright, one who feared God. There are some men who are so simple that they do not know what uprightness is. But in proportion as such people fail to ascend to the virtue of uprightness, they walk wide of the innocence of real simplicity. For so long as they do not know how to guard their steps by walking in uprightness, they can never remain innocent by walking in simplicity. That is why St. Paul warns his disciples, "I would have you wise as to that which is good, and guileless as to what is evil." Again, that is why he says, "Brethren, be not children in your thinking, be babes in evil." That is why truth enjoins his disciples in the words, "Be wise as serpents and innocent as doves." In giving this admonition, it was necessary for him to link the two together, so that the simplicity of the dove might be instructed by the craftiness of the serpent, and likewise the craftiness of the serpent might be tempered by the simplicity of the dove. This is why the Holy Spirit has manifested His presence to mankind not only in the form of a dove, but also in the form of fire. For by the dove simplicity is indicated, and by fire zeal. Hence He is manifested in a dove and in fire. For all those who are full of the Spirit yield themselves to the mildness of simplicity, yet flare up with a zeal of uprightness against the offences of sinners. And that man was blameless and upright, one who feared God and turned away from evil. Undoubtedly, whoever longs for the eternal country lives blameless and upright. I mean, perfect in practice and right in faith, sincere in the good that he does in this lower state, right in the high truths which he needs in his inner life. Right in the high truths which he heeds in his inner life. For there are some who are not sincere in the good actions that they do, but look to them to win favor from without, rather than for a reward within. Hence it is well said by a certain wise man, "Woe to the sinner who walks along two ways. The sinner goes two ways, when at the same time what he does in practice is of God, but what he is aiming at in his mind is of the world." Now it is well said, "One who feared God and trusted away from evil, for the holy church of the elect, does indeed enter upon its paths of simplicity and uprightness in fear, but finishes them in charity." When, from the love of God, she begins to feel unwillingness to sin, it will then be her right entirely to depart from evil. But so long as she still does good deeds from fear, she has not entirely departed from evil, because she is sinning even in this, that she would sin if she could do so without punishment. So then, when Job is said to fear God, it is rightly said that he also departs from evil, as fear comes first and charity follows. The offense which still remains in the mind is trodden underfoot by the intentions of the heart.